All right, we are recording now, and we were excited to have you obviously on this week because we figured great time to start updating what is going on with who we play for. I mean, we keep talking to all these people and stuff. Just a good time to talk about what the organization is actually doing now. So if people don't know you, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Kurt Easton, and I was Rafe's coach. And I was coach, like really a lifelong coach to most all of these kids in multiple sports, but predominantly soccer. And that's one of my passions, and it's their passion, and they happen to be really, really good at it. And so I'm involved with the Who We Play For organization. A couple of years ago, Evan asked me to get back involved as we had a turnover or a change. And so I started back out as being the first chair of the newly reorganized Who We Play For organization. And I served in that capacity for 2 years. And I've recently sort of stepped aside, but I still am working day to day with Evan. And we have a ton of things going on. It's amazing how many things are going on. I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he does it either. I don't know how all of you guys do it down there, but it's pretty incredible. But so obviously with Who We Play For, the pandemic did a lot of pushing a lot of stuff back because couldn't do in-person heart screenings. You know, it's pretty hard to do some fundraisers, things like that. I mean, where do you think everything kind of stands right now as far as what the organization is doing?
Well, you know, it's a funny thing. That pandemic may actually be sort of a blessing in disguise. Because what we've done is we've now sort of, well, first of all of our screenings that we do, we now have protocols for safety. And so that was one big improvement. The other big improvement is that we're now using this automated check-in. And so we can now really almost force people to go to the site and check in and schedule their screening. And that way we can control it and we can control the crowd size and generally get people screened literally within 10 minutes. So that's another big improvement. And then the other thing is that it forced us to change our business model. So that now, for example, we're working with the NAIA, which is the Association for Collegiate Athletics, the National Association. And they have 250 schools. And they also have athletic trainers for their athletic programs. So now we've got extra machines that we can literally send the machine to a school in Montana, for example, use one of our heart screening directors to train their athletic trainers. And then they do the screening themselves on their own athletes. And then they send all the results to us through our automated system. We have our world-renowned cardiologists reading those screenings, and then we get them back to them within 48 hours. And it's a way of really delivering our service very, very effectively and also very economically.
Wow. So some big things are obviously happening. What are some of the, you know, that's something that's going on. What are some of the projects, I guess, in the pipeline right now? I mean, obviously don't have to give all the big top secrets away, but, you know, are there some big projects kind of in the pipeline that you're excited about, that you want people to know about before it comes out?
Oh, absolutely. We have several programs going with organizations that I think everybody's already familiar with. So, for example, we are continuing to reach out to all of the Central Florida, and particularly the East Central Florida county school boards. Just last week, as a matter of fact, another child, a cheerleader up in Volusia County, dropped, and she was resuscitated, and she's now had surgery, Wolff Parkinson White surgery, and she's now able to go back and compete. But that really sort of sent an alarm through Volusia County, so they're very interested and very geared up. We're also working with Indian River County, with Seminole, Lake, and Orange County to get their programs in terms of a required screening policy in place. So that's all moving forward. And then we also have this wonderful relationship with the AAU. Most of you who are from Cocoa Beach know that Rusty Buchanan, who's the incoming president of the AAU, is also one of our dear friends. And so because of that relationship, we've been able to move forward with a partnership with AAU that is coming together, and we're now just working out the logistics on, well, now that we say we can screen 700,000 athletes, how do we really do that? So I said, go ahead, Evan, you figure it out. And he's doing a great job, though. No, we do have some plans with that, and we're pretty excited. So
cool.
So
I
that's
know. So one of my questions I wanted to ask you, obviously, you know, we have Osceola, Brevard counties that have mandated heart screenings, really working towards those other ones, as you just mentioned, to get that done. What is it like, since you've been with the organization since day one, what is it like to look at what it's done now and where it is right now?
I think it's phenomenal. You know, the organization went through a transition where they had a relationship in Houston, and I think we have such talented people involved with this organization. When you talk about Evan, and you talk about Zane and Zach and RJ and Kieran, and these kids are phenomenal. And all my former players, they're pretty
and also that part.
and they were all good soccer players too. But so they know how to have determination to get things done. And I think in their old relationship, they were somewhat stifled in their ability to really set their goals high and achieve some amazing things. And so when I got back involved a couple of years ago, the idea was, no, let's shoot for the stars. There's no way you're going to be successful unless you have high goals. And it's remarkable what's transpired here in the last couple of years, and it's only growing. And because of that, we are in need of more funding. So we're reaching out and we're starting a major crowdfunding program. Well, it's a capital campaign, and one of the components is crowdfunding. Yeah. And that's going to start on November 16th. So we're getting everything aligned to be able to do that, to bring all of our partners in, including all the hospitals, all the people that have supplied us with grant funding in the past, to sort of share how we work as an organization, shed light on the issue itself and statistically what's going on, and then use that as a platform to not only provide public awareness, but also to generate some income. So that, combined with the AAU and the NAIA and the school districts, we have some pretty amazing things going, and we have some announcements that will be coming up here in the next few weeks that are truly astounding. And I'm not going to say who and what organization.
Yeah, don't say it yet. It's got to be a huge surprise.
What I am going to say is it's going to expand on our concept of the League of Champions, which includes Coach Bobby Bowden and Marcus May from the New York Jets. So if you sort of think along those lines, that might give you a little bit of a precursor to what's going to be happening here in the next.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be cool. People just have to stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, a little tickler.
Exactly, a little tickler. I love that. So kind of on the lines, obviously we're going to be launching a capital campaign, as you were saying, with the crowdfunding. You know, again, as I was just saying, you know, with the pandemic, not being able to do fundraisers, I mean, it's really time to start buckling down and doing this. You know, in the meantime, if people want to get involved in the organization in any capacity or donate, I mean, what do you think are some of the best ways to go about doing that?
Well, you can always just visit the website and visit this wonderful Facebook page, which actually is pretty cool. I'm kind of nervous, actually. I've never been on TV before. this is old man's TV, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But, but, you know, reaching out through the website, we obviously have our donate, you know, capabilities in that website and on our Facebook page. But we're going to be expanding this by asking a lot of our partners to establish their own donation capability on their own Facebook page and on a website that we're establishing, so that you can start reaching out into your vast network of clients and friends to get the word out and to try and get some money in. So that'll all be part of it.
Okay, perfect. Well, obviously we got some big teases in this, especially with things coming up. Is there anything else right now that you, you know, want to get out, let people know that the organization is doing, or that you would want people to know?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
It's like there's just so much stuff going on, and I've got to
Right.
credit Evan and the team that are doing all of this stuff. But we just completed with Dr. Goldilani, who I believe you've interviewed.
Yeah, I did.
His med student who interned with him from UCF, Gabe, just gave a presentation to the American Academy of Pediatricians. And this was their national conference. And he used the data that we were able to generate from Brevard County, almost 6,000 screenings, to validate the notion that you can do mass heart screenings, you can do it cost effectively, and you can do it in such a way where you're not making mistakes in doing the readings. And it was very well received in the conference. Got a lot of questions, a lot of interest. So that's just another piece of the puzzle where we're trying to justify what we're doing and doing it with statistics that'll help enable us over the long run to provide legislation on a grander scale as we move forward in the coming years. So.
Wow, that is awesome. We got balls rolling everywhere for all these different things. I mean, it's going to be awesome looking in like about a year or maybe even 6 months, you know,
I would say that.
What's going to be going on. I think it's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, you know, the irony of it is I think that this is going to explode right about the same time. It's going to dovetail with the ending of the virus.
I like that. I like that thought.
2 years from now, people start getting their vaccines, the world comes back to normal, and we're going to be up and running because we'll have all our ducks in a row. And
I love it. That's a great positive thought right there.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, last question. Obviously, you probably know we ask everybody on here is we have to ask you, I mean, who do you play for?
Oh, God. I play for my kids. I play for, and Rafe is one of those kids, but all of them that I've just known most of them since they were born. That's who I play. That's where my heart is. It's a beautiful thing.